Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 1. Hi, welcome to Voices of Reality with your favorite ladies talk about your favorite reality shows. I'm Farrah and this is
Elisa.
And let me just start off by saying I am happy Married to Medicine is back. It's like one of my favorite shows. Like Housewives of Potomac, number 1, Married to Medicine is number 2. And let me tell you why. Because it's different than all the other reality shows. You see professional Black people. You see how they live their lives. I've seen transitions as far as how they started, where they are now, the businesses, how they're utilizing this platform. And you see not so much ratchetness, but you see a little bit of messiness. So I really like the show. Another thing that I really like about the show is I have more than one person that I actually like. Most of the other reality shows is like one person and you kind of like have to watch the other scenes, but not really interested in what's going on in their lives. So my favorite character is Dr. Heavenly. A lot of people don't like her, but I like her. I saw that face. I like Heavenly. I watch her show. Yes, I watch her show with her commentary. We'll get later on more into that. I like her show. I like that she's a businesswoman. She has a dentist. She has the hair care. I love her. I like Quad. Okay, you didn't do any faces, so I guess you agree with me. I like Quad.
Yeah, she's cool.
I like Dr. Jackie. That's my third favorite. And then the rest, yeah. So those are my 3 favorites. Who do you like on the show? Like, who's your top 3?
I like Simone. I do like Simone.
I like Simone.
I like Simone, and I like her relationship with her husband. What's his name?
Cecil.
Yes, I like Cecil. I love Cecil because they're just so funny. Like she's funny to me. Like I love a sense of humor because that's who I am. So I just love like her sense. Like she turns up when she needs to, but I do love her sense of humor. She's funny to me. And I like her and Cecil's relationship. Like how you could just tell they really love each other, even though that they go through it. Like, she's and Cecil, like he's just so relaxed and laid back. Jackie, she's okay. I didn't like what she did to Buffy. She turned me off because she still doesn't hold herself accountable for that. And I didn't like it. That part.
Well, that was a couple of seasons ago, but I don't think Buffy went to the extreme because everybody already knows she had problems having a baby. So Jackie said it. I ain't see a big deal.
No, you didn't announce that to a whole audience of strangers.
What's the big deal?
But it's on her to announce that. That is it may not be a big deal to you. It's a big deal to her. That's personal. Somebody struggling to have a baby and she announced it without even asking her. And listen, at the end of the day, even no matter what you feel, it's what she's telling you how she feels.
No matter what. Buffy, whatever her name was, she's making a bigger deal than it really is. All you could have done is brought Jackie to the side. Like, look, that was personal business. You didn't have to really share that. Leave it alone. She dragged it out.
No, she dragged it on because Jackie never took accountability for it. She kept, she made it seem like it was nothing. Then she was mad at Simone for not checking her. All of them all of them felt that she was wrong. They all did. Even the husband.
But wasn't the event about women who couldn't have kids? I can't remember now, but wasn't the event about women who was infertile?
Well, I don't know if it was about that, but I know that Jackie divulged her business, about, her not being able to have kids because of her struggles with cancer. So she told that story and then she sort of like included Buffy in it.
Put her in the spotlight.
Yeah, but that's not on her to disclose that. And if she does decide to do that, and I tell you I have a problem with it, that's the end of it. Like, but at the end of the day, if that's your friend, if your coworker, whoever, you got to respect how people feel. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels. It's not on you to tell me how to feel.
I agree on that. But again, I think she took it way too far. Coming for Jackie. And she went too far. Jackie should have just apologized. Now we're off topic. We haven't talked about this episode. But Jackie should have acknowledged that she felt that when apologized. Jackie looks like she probably think I'm a doctor. I'm this level. I'm hardly wrong. She looks like it takes a long time for her to apologize. Because when she was going to give her divorce, her husband too, it took her a long time to realize she was wrong and not being right with her husband.
Exactly.
Right? That's why he cheated on her. Not only reason he cheated on her, but she was spending time with. But don't let me get started. Okay, sorry.
But yes, getting back to that, I don't know, Jackie. I don't like that part about it. I didn't like how she treated Simone in regards to that, and feeling some kind of way about that. And then her with the Heavenly situation, her kind of kissing Heavenly's ass, and more so not. Simone had a problem with Simone and Heavenly always have their friction.
Yes, and Simone is a hater, but that's my opinion.
I don't think so, but she's always had a problem with Heavenly, no matter what it is. But the way Jackie always, straddled the fence on that, and then you want me to come to your defense when it comes to Buffy and everything. Like, I didn't like that. Like, if I got a problem with somebody that you're cool with, like, and then you try to put us on the same level, talking about, I think she said something like that really offended Simone, that they're kind of like on the same level. And Simone and Jackie, I just think that they have more in common with each other. They meet for lunch. They both in the GYN field.
Are you saying her and Heavenly had more in common?
No, I'm saying that Simone and Jackie had more in common.
Oh, yeah,
but the problem was that Jackie was putting like their friendship, meaning Heavenly and Simone, she was putting it on the same level and basically making it seem like, I have a close relationship with both of y'all. Y'all both on the same level. And it's not like that. Like, you don't have to pick and choose and not be friends with her, but don't make it seem like we on the same level. No, we're closer. We have much more in common, and we've experienced more together.
I agree on that.
And and Jackie just wouldn't acknowledge her and give her that respect as far as a friend. And I don't like that part about Jackie. Like, I don't like how she just stands her ground on stuff like that.
I agree, but I still think someone's a hater and somewhat jealous of Jackie. But I agree. I agree with you.
Okay.
You like Jack. You said you like Simone. Who's your second?
Toya's okay. I don't know. I just don't like Toya's okay. Like, I don't like how they living beyond their means and they trying to keep up. They're kind of fake to me. Like, I don't know. I do like her husband. Yeah, I just find something just is off about their situation.
Yeah, I don't like Simone. Going back to her, and I know I might get a lot of flack for this. I can't stand watching her teeth. I don't understand how you've been on the show this long. You got Heavenly on the show, who's a great dentist from what I'm seeing on Instagram and all the commentary on her teeth, her work. Why is Simone's teeth still like that? But then that's just
Simone, or you mean Toya?
No, Simone's teeth.
Well, they both Simone. Well, they a little bucked, or what's one? They're a little bucked, right?
Beaver, rabbit.
I like Toya. That's why I thought you were talking about Toya, because Toya's a little beaverish too.
She's beaverish. I can't take watching Simone's teeth.
Really?
Like, I don't understand. I mean, the woman must have some type of confidence. That's the only thing. I can't take her teeth. That's the only thing. I'm like, you are in a huge platform. You got people that can fix your teeth, and you still walk around looking like that. You can't. But anyway, sorry. That was just my thought on that. So that might be another reason I don't like her. Like, come on. And you remember they used to talk about her fashion? Like, come on, get into it. Like, you on national TV, get your teeth fixed, get your hair done. Like, she always was the one not dressed properly during the reunions. And I'm just like, well, she's a doctor. She got her husband. She got money in the bank. She probably don't care about her look. But let's get into this episode. Episode 1. It opened up. Well, they had a little clips here and there, but with Jack and Simone, and again, we'll talk about them. They're friends again. So they had that which involved Puffy. What was her name? Duffy, Puffy, Buffy. And now they're friends. I like their friendship. So I do too. I like seeing them together. I like seeing them joking around. I like seeing their husbands' friendship. I like seeing all 4 of them together. I really enjoy seeing their friendship, and I'm happy.
Yes, I do too.
Back together.
Absolutely.
That's a plus. So seeing their relationship, and they resolved it off camera, because we didn't see them resolve it, because at the reunion they were like, "Oh, we'll work on our relationship." So they really resolved it off camera, which lets me know it wasn't all for TV. They truly have a friendship. They decided to rebuild and work it out off camera, not letting everybody else get involved, and they came back as solid friends again. So that was nice to see. Then there was a scene with Heavenly and Quad. Quad came over at Heavenly's house.
Yes.
And they briefly touched on Contessa not talking to Heavenly. Now, I have my thoughts on that because I watch Heavenly's podcast. And I saw the comments when the show wasn't airing that she made about Contessa. Now, I did not agree with anything that she said. When you watch her podcast or hear Heavenly talk, one thing I like about her, she's honest. She's straight to the point. She's straight. She'll tell you like it is. She's one of those friends you want to have because she'll let you know. She'll tell you the truth about yourself and laugh it off and continue being a friend. She did not say anything that were lies about Contessa. She didn't say anything we as the audience didn't see. She didn't say nothing that Contessa didn't see. So when she does her live, which eventually will be going live, stay tuned, she answers the questions that she's being asked. So when they ask her, like, oh, do you think Contessa's in an abusive relationship? She's like, yeah, I think she's in an emotional and mental abusive relationship.
Okay.
Where was the lie? Where was the lie? She never said he beat her to death. She never said he beat her. She never said. So when she talked about their relationship, she was telling the truth. Secondly, like Heavenly was saying, as far as when it comes to Contessa, she was just stating facts.
It doesn't matter though. Like it's still no. It does not. When you have friend, when it's really your real friend, like it's different when it's an associate or somebody that you don't mess with. Like say if it's Marlo Kenya and that kind of thing, or say if it's on getting to, since we're on Married to Medicine, if it was someone like Simone, because they have a lot of friction.
Toya.
Toya. But when it's your homegirl, somebody that you close with, I just think there are certain boundaries that you don't cross. There's a lot of times that when I'm on a podcast and I bring up examples and I kind of make it more general. I would absolutely never assess any of my friends' friendship. I mean, any of their relationships or anything that, I'm just not going to give my opinion on it. And especially when it's hard to digest and they're already going through issues that they're trying to work out. It doesn't matter if somebody calls up and be like, oh, do you think so-and-so, who's my friend, do you think she's a good person or do you think their relationship is good? I would absolutely never. I'm going to address it with my friend. There's just certain boundaries. It's hurtful. And you just got to respect. It's just either you got to pick and choose. If you want to be on the podcast and you want to hurt your friend by divulging on her business and giving your own assessments of my relationship as your friend, then we can't be friends. If you choose to do the podcast and, talk about that, then that's what that's what you're choosing. But you're not going to have both. We cannot be friends if you're on lives and on YouTube assessing my relationship and being messy about it. Just anybody that calls up, you actually I don't care how much of the truth she's telling. You just don't do that to your friends. You keep that with your friend.
So that's what happened because Heavenly is about making money. Now let's get it straight. She is money.
Exactly.
Making money. So her podcast, it didn't start out talk about the show. She started getting more viewership, more subscribers when she started talking about the show. Divulging other I won't say secrets, but other information that we weren't privy to by watching the show. So she started divulging more. People watching like myself who love the tea and want to know what's going on. That's not on TV. Yeah. So I subscribed. So I started watching. I was like, oh, this is good because she was a straight shooter. But at the same time, she then started divulging her thoughts about Contessa's marriage. Yeah. So Contessa feels the type of which I get it, but I think Heavenly at that point was like, look, I'm making my coins.
Yeah, she made a choice.
Like my friend, she got to understand what I'm doing because this is bringing the viewership. And we'll deal with that when we get to it. But what I don't like is Contessa. I don't like her. And it's not like anything about her personally. I don't like the wishy-washy thing she was doing in last season, in the reunion. She wasn't being open. She want to say stuff like Heavenly was saying, stop talking about your marriage because we're going to talk about it. If you don't want people talking about your marriage, you don't want people commentating about your marriage, you don't want people doing this about your marriage, don't talk about it. And stop complaining about the man. That was another thing Heavenly said, which I agree. Why are you on the show constantly talking negatively about your husband, but you're not leaving him? Like, what's the point? What is the point of talking bad about a man that you staying with? Mm-hmm. So that was her point too. Like, you're constantly talking about this man in a negative way, but then when we do it, it's an issue. Because a lot of the stuff Heavenly was saying was stuff Contessa said on the show.
Yeah, no. She gave her own opinion on their relationship.
Based on, and some of the stuff she repeated because those were things that Contessa said.
No, she did not say. She didn't say I'm being abused and stuff like that. She didn't know. A lot of stuff
she didn't say she was being abused, but when she was like, oh, he doesn't treat her right, he doesn't show any respect. When she was saying things about Contessa's husband, I don't remember his name, those were things Contessa was saying.
But she didn't use the word abuse. She didn't use like when you give judgments like that and opinions, you cannot, when it's your friends, you doing it on lives and stuff like that. No. And especially me and you don't, even if we did talk about it, that's not for you to go back and forth with strangers. Like I said, it's either one or the other for me. You have to pick, you have to make a choice. I'm not making a choice when it comes to my friends. Like I said, there's plenty of times when I wanted to talk about things and about my friends on lives and stuff like that, but I never did. I'm not gonna pick and choose YouTube over my friendships. I'm not.
Well, that's what she did. She chose
exactly.
YouTube. That's where the money was at. First of all, her and Contessa, she used to call Contessa. Her and Contessa wasn't.
But they got close though.
They weren't getting along for a while.
I know, but still, they got over that and they became friends. Yeah.
But I like Heavenly. I'm not a fan of Contessa. So I listen to her podcast to get all the tea.
I don't.
I listen to her podcast. I mean, it ain't better than ours, but I listen to the tea. And I think, when I personally watched her videos, she talked about Toya like a dog. We already know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They don't like each other, so that's understandable.
Yeah, but when she talked about Contessa, I didn't think anything was wrong because I was like, I agreed. Everything she said, I saw on the show as a viewer. So to me.
But that's for you to draw your opinion. When she's talking about when Contessa tells how she feels or whatever, yes, that's for you. But when it comes from your friend and you're saying it to strangers, that's harsh. Like that, there's certain just boundaries that I just don't think, I think she crossed. And like I said, she made a choice. Her choice was she wants to talk about my business, assess my relationship on lives instead of coming to me and keeping it between us no matter what. You don't be talking about me, assessing me, judging me with strangers on YouTube. I just wouldn't tolerate that. I would never, like I said, I've been in that position before where I want to tell a story or something. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, so they're not talking. Contessa's upset and Heavenly, I think Heavenly realized what she did wrong and the other ladies realized she's wrong. I mean, she even said she spoke about Quad. She said something about Quad that Quad didn't like, but
yeah, she did.
Contessa's very sensitive about her marriage. No one else, I think, on the show actually.
Everyone is sensitive about their marriage.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't think anyone else spoke about her marriage but Heavenly, and it was like almost like a weekly thing Heavenly was doing. So she had a lot to talk about.
And your friends, like she said she spoke to her every day. They was going out a lot. Like it's just wrong. I couldn't be friends with someone who's on there that I'm going out to brunch with you tomorrow and you're talking about me with strangers and assessing my relationship with my husband that we're trying to overcome. And you're like just making everything resurface again, and while they trying to work it out, like how I couldn't. No way.
That's why I'm not talking. I might have to reevaluate my opinion on this until I see further episodes. But right now, I am still Team Heavenly until further notice. It was Contessa and Scott. They showed that scene. They were talking about they're not getting a divorce. They still together. They're working it out. Blah, blah, blah. I think Contessa looks stupid. You can work out your marriage, whatever, get over it. But last season, she was looking stupid. He didn't have a story straight. She don't know if he had an affair or not. She don't know if he had a female counselor or not. It was just, she looked dumb.
I think she did, but I just think now, you can still, you can have your issues in your relationship and then work it out.
Yeah, I think maybe now they're at a place where they're trying to figure it out. But again,
Yeah, they
no
do look
divorce.
happier.
So kudos to them for them working it
Yeah,
out.
exactly. Yep.
And then the next scene was a sad scene for me with Quad, her mother,
Yeah.
and her nephew. So at first, when I heard Quad has a nephew, I'm like, oh Lord, here goes another Marlo.
Me too. And I'm like, are they gonna tell like why he's just appeared and he's living with her
Another
now?
storyline.
Because they took a minute to talk to say why. Yeah.
Yeah. So her brother died, so that's her nephew. But I just want to know why they didn't say anything about the mother.
Why didn't they say nothing about the mother?
Where's the mother, the nephew? Where's the mother?
Oh yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering the same thing. Like, where does she have issues? Like, to me, I always think like, are they on drugs or what? Like, cause I just can't picture a mother just giving up their child.
So I found that very weird. And
Yeah,
when
me
they
too.
showed the clip back, it was just the brother and the son. So something's wrong. I mean, she didn't say the mother died. So where the hell's that mother?
Yeah, they didn't even acknowledge the mother at all. Like, they did not acknowledge the mother.
So I don't know. I mean, it's a sad story. So I don't know if Quad will use that for a storyline. And like I said, maybe she told the mother, give me that nephew for this so I can use for the storyline, give me a couple of dollars and let me use this child until
And keep this what is it? It's not a what do they in Atlanta? Oh no, it's not a peach because it's married to medicine, but
they in Atlanta,
whatever.
you could have called the mother like, look, I need a storyline. Give me that child for a couple of months, and I'll give you, you know, let him stay with me for a couple of months, and then I'll give you a little bit of money here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
that could be, you know, that sounds logical. So
yeah, that little boy started crying. My heart broke. My heart broke. I mean, thank God they cut that scene short because I was gonna get.
That's what I'm saying. Because I didn't see him cry. Like the kid did he cry?
Yes, he did. I know you're not sensitive to children. Yes.
No, I saw a little like he was about to, and then the mother cried.
The boy had tears in his eye because she was saying, "Oh, the teacher says sometimes in this class you're daydreaming."
Yeah, out.
Like that, and my heart dropped. I was like, "Oh my God!" He cried. Quad went over to him. She cried. The mother cried. I almost cried. I was like, "Oh my God!" And the scene already just sad. And I think he was like 30 something. Her brother, right?
Yeah, 32, she said.
32? That young?
It was like, no, 30, either 32 or 34. I can't remember which age that it was.
Yeah, young.
It was early 30s. Like, it was still young to have heart complications. Like, I wanted them to, I mean, I don't need to even think about even more complications because I'm always attributing, like, I start thinking I might have some heart problems or something, but I just wanted them to kind of dig, like, did he have heart complications before? Did it come out of nowhere? Like, I was curious to find out, like, was it sudden? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it is a sensitive topic. I don't know if you have other siblings. The mother living with them was just sad. But Quad's house, beautiful. And again,
yes.
What type of job she had? What your Quad do?
These Bravo checks. I think these Bravo checks. These whatever sign on.
Job. Like, what is her job? It can't be Bravo's check. They're not making millions. Her house is like 2.7 million, 1.7 million dollars.
I don't know. They live in Atlanta. I think they get hit off. You know, they can make a down payment. You know, I'm sure they get like their little sign-on bonus or whatever, the initiation of the season. Yeah,
you think they're not getting paid $2 million a year?
I think they getting paid. You know, they getting six figures, and I think it's like maybe mid six figures, and I think that's good for a down payment. I think whatever they're getting
maintenance of that house, down payment. You need maintenance of that house. Mm-hmm. If you buy a house for $2 million, you're making $500,000 out of the year. You need to live off of that $500,000.
I just think, as far as like a down payment, you putting down 3%, whatever percentage that's required. Like, I just still think, like, if you do the math, I think it's easy. I think those houses in Atlanta are not it's not like the tri-state New York prices. Like, I just think.
But you also have to buy, where they get all the money to furnish the damn place. They got to furnish the place. They got to maintain.
They putting a down payment on these houses that's not that expensive. I'm sure it's probably, you know, I don't think it's that expensive anyway. And they using the rest of it to furnish it. I don't think it's a lot if you do the math, like, right.
So I don't know if she built the house. I don't think she built her house. No, she purchased.
Did she? I thought she mentioned built.
Oh, she did. Well, whatever. The house is gorgeous. I don't know what Quad does. Maybe she got a good check from her divorce with her husband because he also was like
I wonder.
Now, yeah, maybe she got some kind of settlement.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had a prenup, which she probably didn't, because remember, she used to marry that guy. I mean, Crowd came a long way. When you look at her videos now, I mean, her whole she glammed up.
Yeah.
As whatever, I don't know of any business. She had that puppy line. You remember when she was trying to do puppy clothes, which I thought that was going to really do well. Remember when she was trying to sell dog clothes?
Yeah, from what the pet industry is like a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Yeah,
also,
I think it was poor promotion. I think at that time she wasn't a very well known and stuff. I think if she was to try to do something now with the type of fan base she has, it probably would be more successful.
But I think she was doing food. I did think some of it was ridiculous. Like I think she like dyed the food and stuff like that. Like I'm not giving my dogs like any
food. She used to do their clothes.
Wasn't there something, or maybe I'm thinking about another
yeah, it was only clothes.
But somebody was doing food and I feel like they was dyeing it and it was like everything was pink, but I think I am getting the Bravo shows mixed up.
Dye her dog's hair.
But no, there was another housewife. I'm getting it mixed up. Everything was pink, like all her dog stuff. The food was pink, but I am getting it mixed up. I think it was Orange County and one of those counties. Y'all can comment below and correct me because I know what I'm talking about when they was dyeing the food and trying to sell it.
House, I don't know how she got, but it looks fabulous. So to Toya, because Toya had a house, built a house, sold a house, and now renting a house. First of all, when they were building that house, we all knew if we were watching that they couldn't afford because Eugene was stressed out. And I do not respect Toya. I don't respect her because she comes off one of these girls that, I don't have to do nothing. My man work. Like, you're not trying to do nothing with yourself. Like, I would be so uncomfortable being in that circle because you are like a loser. You are she's a loser. Regardless if she's a good mother or not, because that's what you are. A mom. I don't even consider a stay-at-home mom because your kids are in school. Once your kids are in school, how are you stay-at-home mom? To me, educate me. Hello, if you don't have infants or your kids are in school, they're not in daycare. You're a housewife. I get it. You can't keep saying you're a stay-at-home mom because the kids are in school. You're a housewife doing what? What is she doing? I try different business ventures.
Maybe picking them up, sports and stuff like that, extracurricular activities. Like, so I don't know what that entails. Like that can be a lot.
You get a nanny. You could do something, but I think she attempted to help Eugene start out this like business that they were trying where they were gonna be like traveling doctors. You remember that?
Oh yeah, I did.
I don't know what happened. And she talked, I have my business management degree. That didn't work out. She so-called has a skin line. That didn't work out. I mean, she came into the show. I think she was she had a job. Wasn't she like a manager or something or accountant?
Yeah, I think she was like a scheduling, like something wasn't it something with Eugene and something to do with his career?
I don't know what it is, but in her position, you don't have a job. You should not have all these demands on this woman. I'm like, I mean, he probably has a good money stash, whatever. God forbid the man drops dead. But his whole career, life, salary is based on him and the family. Like he is supporting the entire family, which a lot of men do. But when you see her, she comes off like, I don't have nothing. I don't need to try. Like, I don't see her trying to think of ways to bring extra income into that family. That's where I get pissed off. And she puts him down. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. But Eugene is a doctor. He's highly intelligent. Like, what is he like? Brainless? Like sometimes, like I just don't get it with him either. Like, there got to be somebody with more of a brain in that relationship. And it just seemed like I would think it would be Eugene. Eugene just seems to be like totally checked out or something, like, because where's the person to put the stops and the brakes on certain things, like when it comes to finances, when it comes to his career, when it comes to her like helping out with, the finances. Like it just seems like he just doesn't like seem bright or something. And I know he is because he went to medical school. So I just don't get it. Like there should be someone who picks up when you have your weaknesses, that your spouse should be able to kind of like be that safety net or whatever you want to call it. to balance it out, and Eugene seems just checked out.
Well, you said something. Just because he's a doctor doesn't mean he has common sense. She was giving him shots and they wasn't having sex. She put the whole man's business. So you know he ain't staying with her for the pussy. We know that. Because they ain't having sex like that. So that's one.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking, attractive woman.
Yeah.
He's a better-looking woman. He's a doctor. He's on TV. What does she bring into the match? And she puts him down all the time. She used to put him down about his weight. She talks down to him. She talks to him crazy. That's why Heavenly is like, I can't respect Toya because the way you act towards your man. If I have a man do all that, he'll be daddy like Heavenly.
I will
like
be worshiping him. Yes, Heavenly definitely goes in.
People could see how I'm treating my man nice. I bet you if you, what's his name? Not Eugene, whatever is Eugene. I don't remember his name. But if I think it is his name. If he has the opportunity to get another woman to be with him and treat him like the king he is, and Toya don't have to find out, he will stray because she don't do right by that man. She does not do right by that man.
Yeah, I do think she's disrespectful to him. And to me, it's just like, he just needs to wake up. Like, he seems to, like I said, he's checked out. Like, I just don't get it. And the way that he just like allows her to be the way they keep moving. Their finances obviously aren't in order. So it's just like, why they keep moving. And then the excuses that she gives are so lame. Like when she's like, oh, I'm not attached to any house. And, we could like basically give it an excuse, like she can move. And then it's like, wasn't that your dream house? Like the closet, everything that she's saying, it didn't have an elevator, like, and it didn't have enough space. Like, are you serious?
It was dumb. They probably lost a lot of money. Then they try to say, oh, they made a profit. It don't matter. First of all, they owed money. Remember when they owed the IRS all that money? Eugene was working all those. My man, the father of my children owes the IRS, and he's struggling coming home and he's exhausted. Mind you, Eugene is out of shape, so most likely we don't know where his health is.
He lost weight a while ago, though.
Huh? I'm saying that was a while ago, but that also showed you that she didn't say, "Oh, let me try to hustle and bustle. Let me see what I can figure out to do. Let me see I could bring extra income." The income she was married to medicine. Maybe that's what she think. Like, oh, Eugene, that's my check because she's on the show because of him. I mean, he's on the show because of her. If Toya was on the show, Eugene wouldn't be on the show because she's the one that's bringing the drama stuff. So maybe she's thinking, look, my married to medicine check is what is my income for the family. So I don't have to. I'm bringing all this money.
Probably. I can see her saying that. Yeah, that's true.
So why work? That's the same money I would be getting if I had a 9 to 5 while hustling, busting. I could do this job. They provide money for us to travel. I'm on TV. So maybe that's what she's saying. Like, this is my yearly income. So why am I working?
Yeah, they need to get their affairs in order. That's the bottom line. Eugene needs to wake up and have a backbone and, help get things in order. That he's married. Like, come on now. It should be a partnership going on. I just don't see it. Like, why are they moving? Everything's all out of like whack. Their affairs, their finances, the home. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah, she controls that man. She controls him, and he wears a skirt.
Unfortunately, that's a shame.
He has a skirt.
Yes.
So she runs him, and he's an idiot.
Okay, so what do you think about Anila? Anila, or whatever her name is.
Anila?
You didn't give her your assessments on her being that housewife.
I like her. I like Anila. I actually liked her. She mentioned she was a blogger, and I went into Instagram. And again, now you validate yourself based on how many followers you have. And I was like, the way she made it seem like, I'm like, where do you blog? Like, how many followers you have? Then on this episode, she mentioned how they gave her like $500,000 worth of free furniture. And I was like, wow, she must be a big blogger. I mean, I never knew anything about her. I'm not a blogger.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever you're going to call it. But I like her. I think she's a good fit. I think I like her more so because I'm learning a new culture, like seeing the Indian culture, seeing their rituals, their prayers, their ceremonies. I like that culture. I like the dressing, the way they dress. It was seeing a cow come into the house. That's like a ritual or something in their culture. So I like her because it's not it's different. It's not just another black woman. It's like, okay, her culture is my culture. It's kind of like, okay, this is something new to the group, and she's fit in her. I think she fits in well.
I think she's boring.
Oh my god! Okay, well,
I don't think she fits in. I don't think she's gonna last. I don't think she's gonna last. I think she's boring. Like really, like the last episode that came on this past Sunday, they made a big deal about the nanny leaving, her nanny, and I get it. Like I was bored.
Wow.
And to me, it's like they're trying to make something out of nothing. Like the nanny, I get it. That's traumatizing to the kids. We don't care.
Well,
as a viewer,
I liked Anila last season because she stuck up to Toya. Remember, she was all kissing Toya's ass, and everybody had to kind of point it out.
Mm-hmm.
She stuck up to Toya. I like that. So I was like, oh, she has some balls. I like the fact she stuck up to Toya. I like seeing her culture, like something different other than what we've been seeing. I think that's what, to me, keeps me interested. Like, oh, okay. And I'm nosy. I see the house. But by next season, I might be over her. Like this season, I might be like, okay, I already saw enough of your
I'm so over her. I'm over her. Yeah, I'm over her. Maybe she'll bring something during the season. I just thought, like, when they showed this last episode of her, the nanny telling her she's leaving, and she was like, it was so devastating. They focused on that scene. I was like, is this really what we're doing? Like, they're really. Yeah, but that goes to show you them putting that segment in there of her life. Like, to me, this is all you got. I was great. The party was nice. I just wasn't that thrilled.
Oh my god! I mean, let's wait. Still in episode 1, but I think she's a okay addition. I think there's gonna be a new person coming in. I think there's gonna be like another person that they're bringing into the show.
Hopefully, yeah.
That she came to the party of Heavenly, but that was basically it for this episode. It was just somewhat of an introduction.
Yeah.
Episode 2 looks like it was maybe a little bit more because it's Heavenly's hair, I guess, event. But so far, I think, the first episode, I was happy to see the ladies. I was happy Quad is back. I like Quad.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to seeing. I heard Contessa try to attack Heavenly, and I think Toya snuffed Quad in the face because through the previews, I saw like there was like they pushed somebody in the face, and then supposedly Contessa tries to attack Heavenly, and they had to hold her back. So I'm waiting to see those two scenes.
I can see that happening. I don't know how I would react either if my friend doesn't acknowledge and you think it's okay. And Heavenly just keeps making I can't even say mistakes. She just keeps doing offensive things to her so-called friends. Like
she'll care.
Exactly. And that's why it would be so upsetting, especially it sounds like they're having an intervention and she's going to approach Heavenly about what, the blog, not the blog, the YouTube and stuff like that. So, I'm sure Heavenly's just going to say something slick out her mouth. And that's probably where it's going to escalate. So I can see her getting punched in the face or whatever Contessa does to her. Not that I condone violence, I don't. But, everyone's human. Sometimes you lose it. As long as you don't kill her. But little smack punch, I don't know. She might not have been able to contain herself.
Heavenly has a lot of mouth, but Contessa will rip her apart. Wasn't she like in the army or something? Like Contessa?
Yeah, she was in the military, yes.
She could beat all of them at one time.
Exactly. So
Heavenly better check herself. Quick.
Yes.
So that was it. So this is a wrap up of Married to Medicine, episode 1 of season 9.
We will be putting up episode 2, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up next.
Coming up, continue to watch, and welcome to our new viewers who are fans of Married to Medicine. Check out our other videos of all other reality shows. So stay tuned for episode 2 and our commentary.
Toodle.
Bye.